All right, everyone, we can go ahead and get started with Coach. Jen, you can go ahead, followed by Graf.
Coach, good evening. When you look at advising your team tonight, what's the key to learning from that loss on Tuesday, but not suffering from a hangover from it?
Yeah, I said yesterday, Jen, you weren't on the call yesterday, but like we've been through enough of this year, guys. We haven't had hangovers, so we'll play well or we won't play well. We'll see, but it won't have anything to do with the other day. Our players did a good job yesterday and today getting themselves ready, and we'll see what happens on the court.
And as far as Dame Lillard goes, there aren't many teams who have figured this out, Coach, but because you're playing them next, what do you advise your team? How do you coach them up on how to make him feel you at the end of games, those last 5, 6, 7 minutes, the Dame time where he's just so good?
Well, I mean, he was great, but he felt us. We were fouling him. I mean, so he certainly felt us. It wasn't a matter of lack of aggression. We've got to keep him off the free throw line. I mean, he's a great player anyway, but you can't send him to the line 18 times. I mean, he's got to make more field goals than what we made him make to get to that number. So that was the biggest problem the other night. I mean, and you've got to realize you've got to show both hands, because even if your hand is in tight to your body in legal guarding position, it's not legal when you're guarding Dame Lillard. They're calling the foul. So you've got to get both hands up. And so we've talked about that. We had a couple of good instances of that in the game. We've tried to show it. And, our technique just has to be perfect.
Coach, you played this team twice, and the point differential is 3 points. Is the difference basically execution down the stretch?
Well, and not being able to contain Lillard. I mean, that's been the two things, right? Lillard and our lack of execution down the stretch, especially the other night, was just not good, was not satisfactory.
I'm curious, after you looked at the box score of the game, was there a number that you saw on your side that you did so well, and afterward just thinking, I can't believe we didn't pull this out since we did this so well?
No, not really. I mean, the number that stood out to me was their 31 free throws, 31 for 31. So great job for them at the line, and 31 free throw attempts. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for us to win.
Stan, it seemed like Jackson was able to give you guys some solid minutes again on Tuesday. For him, I mean, what is just the right balance of taking advantage of his shot blocking gifts and also just staying solid? I mean, is there a balance between those two things you guys talk about?
I think he's been really good lately. His decisions have been good. I think he's done a really good job. And his energy's been consistent. So, happy with the way he's playing.
Hey Stan, it's Andrew from ESPN. I think the other night in the game, Z, I think, brought it up as much as he had in any other game this year. I know it was something you mentioned before about how it was something that Alvin and Finch and those guys wanted to do last year but couldn't. When did you really make the decision to kind of go, I guess, full steam ahead with giving him more playmaking duties? Was it after that 2-week trip, or was it something you wanted to do early on and just found the time after that?
I still, first of all, don't think we're full speed ahead on it. We're moving more and more in that direction. But, and I think that's the way it's been all year. I don't think there's really been necessarily a change. It's just we've gradually done it more and more. So it's not like we've had a revelation or anything. I certainly thought this was possible when I was watching film on him before we even started practice. And then as we got into practice, you saw it, and it's just a matter of more and more and more.
Just to follow up on that, more of a big picture look at Zion. When you took the job, what were your expectations of what his development would look like his second season? How much is that in line with what you've seen so far?
I don't really have a lot of expectations in terms of timelines on things like that. I just went in with an idea of what I thought he could do, and we try to build around that. I mean, one of the problems we had, particularly early on, is I didn't have a great feel for the team. And so we had a lot of fits and starts offensively, tried some things, didn't like them, went to other things. So there wasn't a lot of continuity early on. Now I think at least we have a better direction in what we want to do, though there's still some things that we would like to do that we haven't gotten to. You know, and the fact that our defense needs so much attention that we haven't been able to do more. But Zion he's playing great. He's developing. He's developed as a playmaker. He's working on his shooting. I mean, all of that's good. It takes time, and I don't think you know you can say, okay, in this half of the season we're going to get this, and then next year we're going to get this, and the year I don't know. Could go faster, could go slower. Just keep moving ahead.
All right, thank you, Coach. Appreciate your time.
Yeah.